Yo, Wayne write the skits, he produced the scene, but Shay bring the talk that's slick and mean. He got characters, drama, chaos on deck, but Shay the one breaking down every little speck. She spot the shade, the smirks, the fakes, catch the punchlines and the subtle mistakes. She the voice of the couch, the fam on the phone. Like, did you see what just happened when he left her alone?
Shay stay talking, she break it all down, from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Oh, it's the Shay stuck wave. She real, she raw, she bold, she brave. Kountry Wayne built it, but Shay made it pop. Now hit that play and don't you stop.
She ain't here just watching, she go hosting from the sideline, talking over clips like it's game time. Characters wild, but Shay got control. She pause, rewind, then snatch they soul. No script in her voice, just truth and wit. Like, why is girl acting like she ain't seen that chick? She roast, she laugh, she bring the fire. Shay turn a 5-minute skit to an all-day wire.
She stay talking, she break it all down, from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Oh, it's the Shay stuck vibe. She the voice of the folks that don't let nothing slide. Kountry Wayne lit it, but Shay got the flame. Now run that back, you know the name.
Shout out to Kountry Wayne for cooking up the chaos. But if you want the real breakdown, side out to laugh the truth. You pull up here. This is the Shay's 2 reaction show. No cap, no filter. Just Shay.
Shay stay talking, she break it all down, from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Ooh, it's the Shay still vibe. She the voice of the folks that don't let nothing slide. Kountry Wayne lit it, Shay got the flame. Now run that back, you know the name.
All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving week, you guys, in advance. Happy Thanksgiving. All right. So all this week, you will see the backgrounds like that, because of Thanksgiving is coming up and stuff. And y'all stay safe out there and all that. So happy and blessed Monday. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. No one is in the chat except me. So, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, let me go ahead and do that copyright disclaimer first so we can hurry up and get this on popping. Okay. So anyway, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that screen. Let me check my volume. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Okay, yeah, I have to check that since no one is in the chat to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. And that's how you do stuff by yourself and, just depend on yourself. All right. That's how you do that, y'all. But anyway, happy and blessed Monday. Okay. And today, y'all, Shayla is still running around telling everybody about her breakup and looking sad. All right. And I'm sick of seeing it, but, it is what it is. And Larry is still going at it with Bethany, like always. And Noel Bell Carter out of jail. So we're going to watch all of those little skits right there really quick. I got to 11:30. So we're going to try to get them all in there. And like always, if I'll do another live tonight, another, Kountry Wayne reaction live, it'll be probably at around 8-ish my time, because, I got to go to work and stuff. So it'll be around that time. And we'll do it for about an hour. Okay. 8 to 9. All right. So anyway, guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Also, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. And if you watch this in the replay, make sure you hype this video up. And y'all, all of y'all, check out my other stuff that I got here on YouTube, my other videos, Dollar Tree Hauls, YouTube Shorts, my Night Owl Lives at night that talks about, important topics that are in the news right now, and then these Kountry Wayne pre-recorded videos and then these lives. All right. And thank you so much. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, guys, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, get a membership for $4.99 per month, or you can hit that Cash App at $ShadesTube. And thank you guys so much for that. All right. So welcome to Yvette. Thank you so much for being here. Kwana, thank you so much. And oh, wow. Well, happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a good birthday. Okay. Have some fun. Roz, thank you so much for being here. She sure is. This is Team Amber over here. All right. But Team Shayla, people can come over here too. I always tell y'all that all the time. You know, we're not going to attack you, but we are going to defend our girl, Amber. Before we start off with the skit, y'all, let me go ahead and give y'all these poll numbers, because I forgot to do it yesterday. So let me do it real quick. Okay, let's do that real quick. Like, take me forever just to go to the right stuff, because all the stuff be popping up on my phone. Hope y'all having a good day today. Okay, I really do. So I did a poll, I think that was yesterday, and I asked, who you got, Team Amber, or I should have said, who do you have? Okay, Team Amber or Team Shayla. 98% of the people said Team Amber. Only 2% said Shayla, Team Shayla. I had 153 votes. And somebody said, Stacy said, LOL, Fiona has a fan. Diabolical. And I said facts and started laughing. Okay. The next one was, are you glad Iman broke up with Shayla? Y'all, it was 106 votes. 91% of the people said, heck yeah, they glad. Why, y'all? Let me stop. 3% said no, and 7% they didn't give a damn. Okay, let's keep it real. Okay, so most people are glad that Iman broke up with that heifer. Okay. And then I asked the question, was Bethany wrong for trying to offer Duchess monetary help? 36% of people said yes, she was wrong. 11% said no. And then 53% said she did it the wrong way. It was 70 votes. Let's see what these comments said. Somebody said, OMG, this might not be what we want. I don't know. Okay. And then somebody said, Shayla is going to try, the same person, Nelly said, Shayla is going to try and get Amber's husband back. So then people replied back to her and said, it ain't going to work. Okay, that was Curtis. He says, not going to work. Then he came back and said, Anthony was tired of Shayla. Anthony was tired of Shayla and her mom. He will not go back that way. I know that's right. And that's facts to that. It better be facts anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then Curtis said, no, this is Michelle. Michelle came back and said, I'm sure she would try, but I don't think Anthony is interested anymore. If Anthony is interested, he's a stupid idiot, because this woman not only talked about him, she also was hitting him, throwing house shoes at him, threatening to spit on him, to beat him up, all types of stuff. Say he was worthless. He was not a good father. Why would you go back to something like that? Okay. That is crazy. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. And then I asked the question, what do you think Destiny needs? More people voted. 78 people voted. And 5% said she needs more attention from her mother. 6% said discipline. 5% said self-love, talking with her mom in depth to, talking to her mom more in depth so her mom can get a better understanding of her. And then 83% said all three. She needs all of those things. And I agree, she needs everything and then some, okay, to get her on the straight and narrow. Then more people voted on that other question where I asked, do you think Duchess should go to family counseling with her daughter? 98% of people say yeah. 2% said no. Okay, so of course she needs to go to counseling. That's common sense. Then of course I asked, do you think Larry and Bethany will divorce? It was some more people who voted. 82% said yes. I don't know why they think they need a divorce. I mean, they've been doing the same thing even before Shara came. 16% said no. 2% said I don't know. And the thing is, I don't really know because I'm not in their actual business. I don't know. From what I see, I just think they need to go to counseling, okay, and talk about it, because it's just petty little stuff they argue about. And it's basically about Bethany feeling insecure with Shara. Shara is also, you know, feeling insecure because she hates the fact that her husband got with this white woman. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said before, she's the one who made that possible when she went to jail for that weird stuff she was doing, and then she chose to cheat too. And then where was she at all these years? Once she got out of jail, where has she been? Okay, so she made that choice. So Bethany didn't take Larry from him. He went to Bethany, and he was divorced from his wife. So she needs to move on. Okay, and Bethany needs to stop all that talking all the day at one time and get more control. But her brother got something in store for her. I may let y'all see that if I have time. If I don't, I'll show that later on. Okay, so let me go ahead and read this comment. Then we're gonna go ahead and get ready to start this. Thank you, Kwana. Shayla getting what she deserves. I believe I definitely agree with that. Yes, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Team Amber. And again, y'all wish Kwana happy birthday, okay? If I know I'm saying your name wrong, okay? Charmin, what's going on? Shayla is not thinking about Anthony right now. She thinks she's leveled up, so in her mind, Anthony is beneath her. You got that right. Anthony made Amber give up so much. He better not go back to Shayla. He sure better not with his crazy stuff. But I wouldn't have given up all my stuff. Forget that shit. Okay? On everything, I wouldn't have. Okay, now let's go ahead. Y'all make sure y'all wish Quanana a happy birthday, okay? So let's go ahead. My TikTok was logged out, and I know TikTok did it. And I don't even know the passcode for that one because I don't use that anymore. I use my regular TikTok page. So let's go ahead and show this first skit. Is this one right here is where Bethany, Larry is telling Bethany she cannot go out back over to Dutch's house with him, which I don't understand why, because she actually did a good job. See, this is why I'm not even gonna say what I was ready to say. Okay, but anyway, it's crazy. Let's go ahead and do this. Y'all go get y'all something to drink, eat, and relax and see. If you are at work, continue to do your job or watch or listen to me on the download. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let's see. Okay, let me see how you do this because this is going to be a little different today. Let me see if it's coming up on my screen. There it is.
I was thinking maybe we could go and see the Chicago Bean.
Let's see if I can rewind this.
Yeah, well,
I don't know today, y'all. Okay, there you go. Damn, why did I mess with that? Why? Okay, let's do this again. Hopefully it don't go off. Oh my God, it went to a whole nother skit. Wait, hold on, y'all.
Or you got beat up just
Let
like
me
your
stop
sister
this.
did.
Hold on. How about
I
this?
didn't get beat up.
Because we do not want to watch this shit.
That don't mean I got beat up. Are you done?
No, that's what they're
Wait.
saying. They say you got beat up.
Y'all got no control of this. Hold on. Let me do this like this.
you started it.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna be involved in this.
No, let's stop all this. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Hold on. I don't know why they logged me out of this damn thing. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a minute, y'all, okay? I don't know why they logged me out of this. I really, truly don't. Let me see if I can pull this up because I don't know what my passcode is. Damn. I should have never touched this damn computer. I don't know how they locked me out. Let's see. Let me see if I can get the actual thing. This is crazy, man. I didn't even know it was logged out until I came on and got ready for this live. Hold on. And I'm not gonna log into my regular TikTok page. Let's see if I can pull this up some type of way. This is crazy, man. TikTok gets on my damn nerves, you guys, okay? And this damn stupid ass computer. Y'all got to excuse my language. Because I'm trying to figure out who logged me out besides this damn computer. And why. For security measure, I don't even use the damn account. I don't care about that account. That's an old TikTok channel that I used to have, and I got rid of it. So here it is. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. So bear with me. This is crazy as ever, man. See, I'm gonna have to start sending myself stuff because I cannot count on certain people to do stuff. So just bear with me, and I'm gonna get this up here. See if I can pull it up like this. Because I'm not logging in, because I don't even know what my passcode is. You got to do too much stuff. And I don't got all damn day to be playing around with TikTok. Let me see. I think I gotta put Kountry Wayne up here. Let me put Kountry Wayne up here. Damn. They say search, but then they don't show you the damn videos unless you log in. Let me see if I can pull this up. Watch this. See, you can't even do it like that. Hold on, y'all. This is so crazy. Gosh. I don't even remember what number anything that I did. Now, why this damn thing logged me out, y'all? I'm gonna have to end up canceling this damn live. I cannot believe this. Why did I even touch the damn computer? Why, Shades too? Why did you have to touch it? Hold on. This old shit. And why come it always do that every time you say refresh? I guess you have to log in order to see the daggone stuff. TikTok got this crazy as hell. Let me see if I can find. You right about that, Bronze. Let's see. Let's try one more thing. If I cannot do this, I'm not gonna be able to do this live. Video. Not want to hear. So Coca, something must be wrong with Coca, y'all, from Kountry Wayne. Because I'm looking at this thing that said to wait for the diagnosis. Did I say it right? Let's see what they said in this comment section. She must have some type of something going on. Did y'all know that? Something must have happened. Let's see. This was back in November the 12th. So that's why we haven't been seeing her on the show like that. So I don't know. She said diagnosis. So maybe it's cancer, or hopefully it's not, or something like that. Hopefully she's fine. Did y'all know that in the comment section? Did y'all know that Coca from Kountry Wayne is like sick with something ill, I would say. I don't want to say cancer because, you don't want to be putting no bad vibes on people. See, yeah, you got to log in. This is crazy, man. Let me stop this shit. I know y'all can't hear it. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna have to do, you guys. So this live, I'm going to have to do this live later on this evening because I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out what's my other TikTok passcode. I don't even remember. I opened up that damn account so long ago because I don't want to log into my TikTok that I use, okay, on this computer because it messes everything up. And this is crazy. I don't know what email address I used. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't know why they asked us to even log me out. I can obviously do a whole new TikTok account, but I'm gonna have time to do that, and I don't have time to do it right now because I got to go to work and stuff. But yeah, Jermaine, I can't even log into my account here because I don't know my passcode. Let me see if I can see if I got it in this book. This may be my other passcode though. I don't need to be messing up my real TikTok page, messing around with this shit right here. Let's see if I can, but we can talk about this while I'm looking because messed me up. I should have never touched that damn video. I should have just let it play. At least we could have did the one. I should have never. That's why they tell you, that's why they always say, leave stuff alone. Just leave it alone. My ass up here trying to rewind it and all the other type of stuff. Then it had to refresh. And then when I did it, that's when it just went completely like it did. Shit. And like I said, I do not know that TikTok passcode. And I don't know why this damn computer locked me out. And it's already 11 o'clock. I don't even have 30 minutes. Man, this is crazy, man. But y'all didn't know about Coca? That's why she hasn't been on there. See, sometimes when these people don't show up, they be going through personal stuff. Y'all just don't, we just don't be knowing. That just came up on this daggone thing. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I don't even know what I did. That's probably like, I did that damn TikTok way back when I first got a daggone TikTok page back in 2009, okay? So I don't know what that daggone passcode is. There's nothing on it. And they got the nerve to log me out like somebody want to be on that TikTok in the first damn place. Like somebody actually going to be trying to get to it. Ain't nothing in it. Ain't nothing on it. I mean, let's see. You said Amber accepting and showing so much love for Kai, it has removed the power from Anthony to even want to get back with Shayla, thinking it is about Kai. That's true. Hopefully y'all are right, you know, in that assessment. You know, hopefully this is true. You know, you really can't put nothing past Anthony. I hate to tell y'all that. You really cannot put a daggone thing past Anthony ass, because you just never know. Okay, now I'm going to tell you deep down inside, I believe that Anthony still cares for that chick and likes her. And I hate to say it, I believe that if she came on to that dude, I believe he would give in. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I actually believe that, because I believe it's not just about Kai, but it's also about her. That's what I believe deep down inside. I just hope that I'm wrong about that, you know. And let's just hope his love for Amber supersedes anything that he has for Shayla. Okay? And like the skits I was going to show you a few minutes ago, Shayla told, what's the late girl named Delicia, and Delicia played it off, act like she didn't know. She had like she did not know what happened. You know what I'm saying? She had like she didn't know why that dude Iman broke up with her. Okay, but you know what? I don't blame Delicia. I don't know if I would have told Shayla right then and there either. Okay, if I was going to tell Shayla, I would have told Shayla days ago. I wouldn't have waited till the day. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's gonna make it look like she's guilty as well. So she just sat there and listened to her and gave and you know, act like she didn't know, you know, and played it off and stuff. Now she may go and talk to Iman herself. I'm talking about Delicia. Wouldn't that be crazy if she go talk to Iman, right? And Iman started telling her, you know, listen to her like he usually do. And then he started telling her he really cares for her. He wants her. And then he grabs her and kisses her, and she can't resist, and she kisses him back, and they end up getting in bed. that would be crazy. They should do it like that, shouldn't they? That's exactly what they should do. That would be great, you know. And then she will have to come back and really lie and stuff to Shayla. All right. So we'll see how that goes. And then Anthony came over there and visited his son, and Shayla was looking all sad. She tried to pretend like it was because of her missus and stuff. Anthony's corny ass say, well, I'm glad you see your missus. He said something like this, because that means you don't have a little basketball baby in your stomach, or some corny stuff he said. That's what makes me think that Anthony still got something going on for that girl, because why would you care if she had a baby in her stomach? Why? And even if she did, it's better than having a baby in her stomach by a married man. Okay? Period. Why is he worried about that? That's what makes me think that he still is interested in that girl. I'm going to be perfectly honest. You know, I'm hoping that everything Amber is doing, right? I'm hoping that everything Amber is doing, Amber giving up stuff and all of that, is touching him and making him realize how much his wife loves him and everything. But you know what, guys? We know how people are. Okay? Men and women are a hot mess at times. That may not really, you know, get into his heart like we think it has. Okay? And he still may have something inside of him for Shayla, especially when he pulled that daggone stunt today about the baby in her stomach. Why is he worried about that? And she clearly did not tell him that Iman broke up with her. She kept that a little secret. And when she was talking to Delicia, y'all, she still mentioned packing. How does she know she can still move in that house? How do we know that Iman hasn't changed his mind about the house and he won't just basically stop the whole process? So she's still contemplating. She's not contemplating. She's still getting ready to pack and move. She needs to talk to him to see what's up because she doesn't even really know. And with all the money she has, 50 grand and then the 10 grand a month, she can actually go and rent her own house. Okay. Even without a job, because she can just say she's in college. She gets 10 grand a month. She got $50,000. She can prepay her rent up for the whole entire year. Who wouldn't do that? If you go and present a landlord with $40,000 and pay up your rent for a whole year, they're going to give you that place. Okay. Just tell them that you're a student, you know, things like that. You get 10 grand a month for child support. Now, it would help if it was a court order, but this is TV land, skit land. So she could just give them a notarized letter and, you know, and give it to them showing how much he pays her. And if he's selling it or direct depositing it into her account, that's proof right there. So I don't understand why she does not get off her stupid ass and do that. That's dumb. Why depend on a man, a boyfriend, if you don't have to? He gave her 50 grand. She can use that and get her a place. That's stupid. All right, to be waiting on him. So for me, I would be going over there talking to him to see if the house thing is still straight. If not, then I'll get my own house and rent it because she already got that money, right? And I'll be done with money because I'm not gonna beg no damn dude. If she can toot it up so good and she's so great, she shouldn't have to beg him. Just move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see I'm still crazy, even without the daggone video on. But at least I'm laughing at something. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if I was just busting out laughing just at anything. You guys would be like, what the heck is wrong with this chick? But anyway, the next skit that I was going to show you guys, I'm still going to show it once I get this TikTok stuff done. But it'll be tonight. It'll be tonight. It won't be today. But the next skit that I was going to show you guys, let me look up. I forgot what they are. Hold on. So we talked about Shayla. They claim she was getting emotional. She's been emotional every day. She's running over there to tell her honey pot. She told P. P shocked because she didn't know, you know, this was going on. So when Ron went over to P's house, went home, I guess he's staying there now or living there for a brief moment while he's visiting. Piera had a nerve. She had some nerve to ask Ron if he knew anything about Iman and Shayla's breakup. And you know, I thought I remember Iman talking about Delicia to Ron. Now, you know, good and daggone well, Ron is not going to tell P everything that Iman said to him. That's breaking the bro code. And she's not married to him. Why would he be telling her everything anyway? Even if he was married to her, certain things you don't need to ask. He does not even need to interfere with that. Okay, Iman is a grown man. If he feels like he does not want that relationship, who is P, Honeypot, Wayne, Ron? Who are they to question that? Or Delicia? Delicia knows why. She knows why he broke up with Shayla. Okay, it ain't even about that weed only. It's about the fact that he wants Delicia. And Ron knows this, but I know he's not going to tell P. And P, in my opinion, was out of line with even asking him. Okay, because that is Iman's business. Okay, it's not P's business. You can't change his mind. What you gonna do? You gonna make him get back with Shayla? Let me read y'all comments. Okay, let's see. With Coca, you said you figured something had to be wrong because we haven't seen her in a while. Right. So I don't know what she was waiting on, a diagnosis, what she was waiting on. Hopefully it wasn't cancer, but if it was, hopefully it came back, you know, good for her. And my prayers are extended out to her and her family. Nobody. Okay. But some people do, but I'm just saying, I don't care about it. The day Anthony saw Iman coming out of Shayla's bedroom, he came to the realization that she is really nothing Amber told him the type of person Shayla is. But you know what? He's so much of a simp that he would probably still do something with that girl if she wanted to. Okay. Hey, Sabrina, thank you so much for being here. Y'all, I'm having technical difficulties with my TikTok. Somebody logged me out, either TikTok or this computer. And this is my other TikTok page. So I got to find out the code. So when I go to work today, I'll look for the code and come back and log back in. Or I'll make another account. Because I don't use my regular account, up on the screen. You said, who cares? And thank you for being here, Sabrina, Eileen. Who else came in? I think that's it. And anybody who just came into the bushes, y'all make sure y'all thumbs up this video. I thought I was gonna have to end it, but I forgot Shay's too can talk about anything. Thumbs up, you guys. Thumbs up. You said, who cares? Shayla deserves everything that's coming her way. Don't ever play with a married man and think life will be the same. She will pay for everything she did to Amber. I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. She definitely needs to pay for everything she did to Amber with her skanky ass. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is Team Shayla after this foolishness she has done, I'm questioning something. I'm questioning your morals because this girl ain't nothing but a tramp. And let's keep it real. Who goes after a married man, seduces him when he's intoxicated because she knew that she couldn't get him if he wasn't intoxicated? But y'all claim her tune-up and her maid outfit is so damn dangerous. Couldn't be too dangerous because she had to wait until this man was intoxicated to even get him in a situation where he wanted her. Okay? If it's so great, you don't have to do that, honey. All you got to do is just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait till he's intoxicated. If you are so mesmerizing and so attractive and so everything else, you don't have to wait till a man get drunk to put it on him. Okay, you just go over there and talk to him and put that appeal, put that what's the name on him. You know what I'm saying? Shh. Anyway, you said Anthony stopped giving Angelina that money the moment Amber called him and Shayla in bed. When Anthony checked her about working with Wayne, she told him that he is not supporting her. Right. I don't know when he actually stopped giving Shayla's mom money because I don't recall them talking about it, but one would hope that's when he stopped giving her money. He should have never been giving her ass no money in the first place. Okay, I forgot what you call that, but he shouldn't have been doing it anyway. Okay, because I would have told Shayla that your mom is trying to basically extorting me. That's what I would have said. That's against the law, and I can actually take her ass to court. Blackmailing. That's what she was doing too. So the thing is, he's stupid for even letting that go on like he did for so long, giving this woman what $3,000 a month, plus giving Shayla 10 grand, and Shayla was calling him still for money and other things. Ungrateful, all of them. And her mother needs to be ashamed of herself for telling her daughter to do these type of things. Just like with the house thing, Shayla was not thinking about a house until her mother put that in her mind. That's when she started thinking about all that. Okay? She wasn't worried about a house and all that until her mom talking about you can get, a house. You deserve a big house. This little bitty apartment is too small for Kai. Like Kai is an older boy. He's a little ass baby. He does not know where he lives. Okay? He got enough space for right now. And how about her mom tell her daughter, get a job, a career, and go out and get yourself a house? Or that money that you're getting, use that to go rent a house until you get in a position where you can buy a house. Okay? Her mother does not teach her right, but what can you say? She's a tramp herself. You know what I'm saying? No telling how she got Brody. And that's why Brody is over there with some younger woman. See, while Angelina is worried about her daughter and getting her daughter's business, she needs to worry about herself. Anthony told her correct the other day, worry about your marriage because your husband is over there renting a house for a younger woman and doing things with her that he should never be doing with her. He should be doing it with you. So instead of you worried about Shayla and Anthony, she needs to be worried about her husband, okay, and worry about getting him back with her stupid ass. And that's on everything. Okay, let's see what else y'all got here. Hey, Christopher, you said Shayla is the anti-Kim Kardashian. She sure is with her crazy self. And Jermaine, thank you for being here too. Dia Star, thank you so much for being here. You said Karma and Shayla thinks she didn't do anything wrong. And that's crazy too. Why would she think she did not do anything wrong when she slept with a married man and got herself pregnant. If that's even his baby, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Because I don't believe that's really his child. I still believe something happened. That boy does not look nothing like Anthony. And even though these are, a script and everything, it's not real. Usually they get a child that resembles the actor and the actress. This little boy does not resemble, with the brown hair, the sandy brown hair and all that. He actually looks more like Zeus baby, or even what's his name? You know what I'm talking about, Wayne's brother. I can't remember his name right now, but him. That's who he looks like with the shape of his head. So I mean, I really truly do not believe that. And there's a rumor going on that Shayla is leaving. I don't know if this is true, but if she is leaving, maybe they will end up putting something in the script that shows us that Kai is not his. Okay, maybe something will happen, or where they need to do blood or something like that. I don't know. And it'll be revealed that Kai is not his. And then Kai and Shayla will leave. So I don't know if that rumor is even true. Okay. You said, do y'all think Anthony is going to risk anything for Shayla after the way she throws Iman in his face? Anthony's ego is too big to let him sink that low again. I don't know. I cannot put anything past this dude. Okay. I do not know for sure. I hope you are right, Charmin. Okay. But I do not know, because Anthony is like, I don't know, he's just be like tripping. And don't forget, he said, trust the process to Shayla. Trust the process. What does that mean? I just heard the other dude say, trust the process. I think it was Q or somebody, or Rico, or somebody said, not Rico, the other dude said, trust the process. You said Kai was the link, and he doesn't even have to worry about him anymore. He never looked on Shayla as a wife. He sure did. He never wanted to divorce Amber in the first place. I agree with you with that, because, Shayla used to always talk about getting married, getting a ring, all this other stuff. She even proposed to him, right? And he still did not propose to her stupid self, just desperate. Why would you run after a man that already has somebody else? Okay. And then she's a little off anyway, because she thought when Anthony was being nice to her and when he was telling her certain things, she thought this man was talking about him or her. And he was never talking about him or her. He was just telling her to go for what she needs to go for, not go for him, go after him or some other married man. Shit. As a matter of fact, you don't really need to go after any man. Okay. If he wants you, he will come your way. All right. And if you're so damn good, like everybody claims Shayla was or is, then she shouldn't have to do too much to get the man that she wants. Okay. Point blank. Okay. Now let's talk about Larry real quick. So Larry is getting ready to go over Dutch's house and talk to Destiny again to try to see what's up and talk to Duchess. So Bethany thought she was going. Okay. Now I don't know if she actually still went, but Larry was like, no, don't go, because she just basically make things worse. Okay. And she said she would zip her mouth. She didn't talk too much the last time she went, and she would basically be good. So then Larry asked her, what if somebody say something? No. I think she said she'll be good as long as nobody don't, overstep their boundaries with her. And she might say something back. And then Larry said that's the reason why he wants her to stay. And then he started talking about he didn't tell her to come. She came on her own and all this other stuff. Yeah, I don't agree with nothing that Larry said. I don't even agree with the way he handled this. If you are married in a relationship and you are still dealing with your ex-partner, okay, and their family, I think your wife or husband should go with you, or you shouldn't be going. Because let's keep this technical. Okay, I don't give a damn about all that shit when y'all talking about people are your family and they really not. I don't give a damn about that. The thing is that this man is married to another woman. All right. He's married to another woman. Okay. He's not married to Shara anymore. So he's really no longer related to her family members or Shara. This is an ex-wife. These are ex-sister-in-laws and stuff like this. The only reason why I say, yeah, if I was his wife, I would let him go, but I would have went with him, is because of his daughter, Brooke, okay? And Brooke is related to, obviously to Destiny. That's her cousin. So therefore, that is the only reason why I would say, okay, yeah, let's go as a family and try to help Duchess and Destiny. Okay, but all this stuff about what Shara won, he should not even be having too much to do with that woman because they're not married anymore. They're not together. Okay, if he was so tied to her, why didn't he wait until she got herself together? Why did he file a divorce? Okay, he should have forgiven her for cheating. He should have forgiven her for getting herself involved in illegal stuff and going to jail. And he should have waited on his wife. Why go and hook up with this woman right here? And then she's playing mom to your child for all these years while your ex-wife is Lord who knows where. Okay. And then when she comes back in the picture, everybody want to act like it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. What are you guys thinking about? You said your husband told you to trust the process all the while. And when I asked what does that mean, he said, trust the plans for God has for you. I hope that's what Anthony meant, but I doubt it because at that time he wasn't thinking about God. Okay. So his trust the process is a little bit different than what your husband meant. Okay. Anthony is just not now. I mean, he's just now focusing on God more. And that's because of Amber. Back then, he wasn't focusing on God. He was too busy doing what the devil wanted him to do. All right. But getting back to Larry, though, and Bethany. So like I said, I don't know if she actually stayed. She should since he told her to, but I do not agree with what he was saying, the excuses that he used, because she knows to shut up. She didn't say much anyway. I'm going to tell you straight up. I believe she knows not to mess around with Duchess because Duchess got on her butt about the money, which I didn't agree with that either. She got on her butt with that money. And let me tell you something, Bethany did not go off for anything. She sure did. This is the first time we have ever seen Bethany not say a word because Duchess basically went off on her and told her off, even though I don't agree with that. Okay. Because the thing is, if you first and foremost, if you told someone that you are struggling and you can't do it anymore and everything else you told them, and then it sounds like it's financial as well. If I got money like Bethany has, of course, I'm going to offer you that type of help. All right. Now, I think Bethany should have asked her, did she need financial help at first before she started pulling out money and all that stuff? I think she should have did it like that. But I don't think Duchess should have went off like she did. Just like she didn't have to say white people, her people is the reason why she's in the projects. That's a damn lie. Duchess' actions are the reasons why she is in the projects. Come on now, stop blaming white people for everything. Okay? Yes, you got systematic racism and all types of stuff going on, but you make the choices in your life that will dictate where you eventually will live at. Okay? I don't know what happened in her life where she ended up having to live in the projects and go through everything she's going through, but those are her choices. And just because you live in the projects, it doesn't mean that your kids or your child has to become a bad element. All right. There are many people who live in the projects and their kids are raised the way they should be raised. You got people living in the projects, partners looking good on the inside. Their kids are doing what they need to do. It's all in the parenting too. All right. Duchess needs to get rid of that boyfriend. Okay, because for one thing, he's very disrespectful. He's abusive. He's controlling. We don't know exactly what he does to Destiny. I don't think he's hitting on her, but you never know. Okay, and he's very disrespectful. He does not buy food, but he want to come over there and eat. Okay, so what good is he? And why does she have him around? That's why Destiny is acting the way she acts. Because if your mother does not respect herself enough to move on from a man that's beating her, that's not providing, not helping, not working as a team, why would your daughter be respectful to you? You don't even respect yourself enough to get away from him. You're letting this man stay here and disrupt your entire family. So and then you wonder why your daughter is disrespectful, why she's, joining a G. That's why she did all of that. Okay, because her mom is not being a good mom. All right. And I'm not saying she's a bad mom, she's just not good enough. All right. She needs to get rid of that boyfriend. She needs to, they need to go to counseling. She needs to talk to her daughter to find out what her daughter's problem is. Don't scold her. Okay. Talk to her. Same thing Shara should have did. She should have talked to her, not scold her, not try to fight this girl and all this other stuff. That boot camp nonsense, what is that going to do? That's not going to do anything. You need to find out what the underlying issues are by talking to your daughter like she is almost grown and finding out. Okay? Not threatening to beat her up, not threatening to do all this workout shit and things like that. Clearly she works out because she in shape. So, I mean, that's not going to do nothing anyway. This ain't no damn TV show. We're going to take you to 60 days boot camp to make you act right. Come on now. I don't know if he does or not. All right. He probably does deep down inside. You said time healed him, especially when he woke up after Shar came back. He was never asleep, dear. Okay. He was never asleep. She just wasn't there. And let me tell you something. If something didn't work the first time, majority of the time it's not going to work the second time. Sometimes it does, but a lot of time it doesn't. See, the thing is, we don't know anything about Shara, okay? We don't know what she was doing. We don't really know the entire story about her. They should do a flashback, and show us what she was doing and things like that, how long she was in jail, when she was out of jail, why didn't she come back to her daughter? See, I could never, if I was a man, I could never go back to a woman who basically left her daughter, okay? Because a woman who leaves her child tells you a lot about her true character. I don't give a damn about no love, feelings, and all that shit. If you don't love your daughter enough to come back to her immediately when you are released from jail, you can miss me with trying to get back together with me, point blank, all right? Larry is a simp and a wimp, okay, on everything. Because the thing is, you don't sit up here and forget about what your wife did, okay? She took on you and your daughter, okay? She acted like she was Brooke's parent. And she's white, okay? And a lot of times, not saying all the time, and let me tell y'all something straight up. Don't be sending me no comments saying a damn thing, because I'm not racist and I'm just saying the truth. All right. Don't send me no comments talking that bull crap, because you may get told off. Point blank. All right. Because I'm not racist and I'm just saying how it is. Now, what I'm getting ready to say is this right here. She could have been a hot mess like some white parents be with black kids, treating them different, talking about them for real, acting like they can't comb their hair and things like that. They never showed us nothing like that with Bethany. She got this girl's hair done. She kept her looking up the par. She got her nails done. She treated this girl just like she was her biological child. Even her family members, you just heard Greg say today, he used to hang out with Brooke, take her places. He loves his niece. You know how many families would deny that little girl because this woman married a black man? So even though she says culturally insensitive things, I still respect her for not doing that type of stuff, because I have white friends. I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, and some of them are married to black people. And I got this one friend who, her and her husband, I guess they got into some type of stuff, and she was saying all types of stuff to me, okay, about it. And some of it was racial. So it's very good when you can get a white partner who is not really looking at the skin color like some people do, even though they do interracial marriage and dating too. All right. So Bethany, even though she says culturally insensitive things at times, I don't think she said it just to be racist or anything. I think she said it because she thinks, because she's married to a black man, she can say certain things. I really do. And also she's feeding into some stereotypes, okay? Because she thinks all black people here is nappy, and that's just not true, okay? She thinks that everybody who lives in the projects are probably just straight up ghetto, their kids are bad, and things like that. That's not true, okay? So certain things I think she is culturally insensitive about, and it may be borderline, has a racial undertone, but I think if she was a true racist, there is no way she could be married to this black man, sharing a bed with him and raising his black daughter. And then his family, I don't care if she did, you know, just say, if you know how some white people will marry a black person but still be kind of racist for real, and their family members don't want those black kids around them. Her family didn't do that. Okay, you just heard Greg talk about Brooke, you know, because he's trying to hopefully get Brooke to testify for him, which is crazy. That's crazy. So even though he could be still in love with Char, because I don't know, he probably still in love for her, I still think he loves his wife too. I really, truly do. Even though I don't believe in people loving two people at the same time like that, but it may be different type of love. All right. And I still say that even though Bethany is a hot ass mess and she talks too much, but she does that with everyone, you guys, whether they black, white, or whatever. And she says insensitive things anyway. I think that comes from her parenting and whatever she went through, and also probably getting things her way all the time. So like I said, you really have to have like a background on these people to be able to even really know what they're about for real. Okay, so for me, if Larry does not want this woman anymore, he needs to let her know and just go ahead and divorce, because all this playing around games and shit, they're too old for that. Okay, so if he does not want this woman, then he needs to just move on. But I actually think he still does want his wife, because I don't feel like he would be taking this stuff, her mouth. Okay, I don't think he would be taking all this if he didn't want her, you know. And Larry, he probably does have some feelings for Shara. I don't know if he's in love with her like y'all talking about. He may have love for her. I don't know, because they don't even have a chemistry to me. Some people say Shara and Larry have a chemistry. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see no chemistry there. I just don't see it. Right. She didn't become like this overnight. But Bethany was a hot ass mess from day one, because when she was Wayne's neighbor, she was a hot mess. And Larry was right there with her in that foolishness. Okay. That's why people were calling him an Oreo. He was right there with that foolishness. Even when it came to the Chase situation, when she was in an apartment building, tripping out, saying crazy stuff, playing into stereotypes. That's what she was doing there, and saying stuff that she shouldn't be saying. And when she was in a fight, all that, Larry came to her rescue. Okay. So y'all cut that out, because he chose this woman. Okay. And he already knew how this woman was, point blank, just like she chose this man. And she already knew how this man, she already knows how this man is. They both do. And he is the one who told Bethany all about Shara. If he wouldn't have ran his mouth, Bethany would never know anything about Shara. He could have told her little bitty things, but certain things he should have told her. But he sat right up there like a lot of people do and told her everything. And that's why she blabbered all of that stuff out when she felt threatened by Shara. Right. Of course she is. Of course she's insecure. Nancy, thank you so much for being here. When you be insecure, if your husband's ex came back into the picture and he was doing the world for her, but hiding behind the fact that he has a child, like the girl is a little bitty kid, to do stuff for her, wouldn't you be insecure? I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, there is no way he'd be playing this if this would have been Bethany's ex-husband, if she ever was married, came into the picture. So what they need to do, they need to bring a man, another black man, because I believe she liked black men, okay? They should bring another black man into the picture that used to be her ex-fiance. All right, make sure he looks good though. We don't want him looking all tired and shit. Need to be fine as hell, got a good career, wears suits all the time, looking good. Bring him into the picture so y'all can see what I'm talking about and see how he changed up. Listen, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, if I said that right, okay? The thing is, men always, not all men, but some men do this type of shit, okay? But if the shoe was on the other feet or on the other foot, he would be like going crazy because he would be like, why you buying your ex-husband or fiance a couch? Why you going up there to see his family members? They're not related to you anymore. Come on now. It can't be a double standard. I mean, if a man can do it, then a woman can do it. You know what I'm saying? Shh. You said Shayla need her mother. Call Angelina. She's the only one to get her together. Shayla needs to be a grown-ass woman. That's the first thing. Shayla needs to stop rushing relationships and take it day by day. You cannot fall in love with someone after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, okay? It takes time to build up true love, all right? That's what Shayla need to do. And realize when you first start dating someone, it's a strong possibility that it may not work out. Shayla also should have realized when she first started talking to Iman, if he's getting high all the time, she needed to let him know to do it outside and not around her child. So therefore, no, so that way, if he couldn't handle that, he could just not pursued her, okay? Of course, her mother got her that way. But Shayla is also that way herself as well because her mother did not know that she was seducing Anthony. She did that herself. See, some things you can blame on the parent, but you can't blame everything because Shayla is a grown-ass woman. She's not 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This lady is in her 30s. So she should know better, all right? She should know better. That's why when you get a certain age, you held accountable for your own sins. Okay, same thing when your parents raise you, even if they raise you improperly, by the time you get a certain age, you know there's certain things your parents should have done or said, and you try not to follow that. And just say if you are following certain things, you would think you would have sense enough to go talk to someone so they can help steer you on the right pathway. It's just like, you know, certain things in my life, my mother was real strict, right? I mean, she was real strict. And I had made a vow to myself that I would never be that strict to my kids. So I looked at how she raised us, how strict she was, how she would let us really do anything. Y'all, we used to have to play from the front yard to the backyard, all types of weird rules. Couldn't go in the kitchen, couldn't go get nothing to eat unless we asked her. We couldn't go in the refrigerator. She was real strict. So when I recognized that how she was raising us at times, it wasn't, you know, something that she should have done, I knew when I had my kids, I wasn't going to do that. And just say if I would have had a tendency to do that, then I would have went and talked to someone, you know, a counselor about that to try to correct that. That's what you're supposed to do. If you know somebody taught you wrong, you don't go do it anyway. Okay, she's not crazy or slow or got a mental situation going on where she does not know right from wrong. Everybody knows not to sleep with a married man. Okay, everybody knows that. Little kids know that, not to mess with somebody who got a husband. When you do things like that, you don't have morals and you don't have no type of respect, not even for yourself. And you're desperate because why would you want a man that has somebody else? Shh. I don't know about that. I mean, if she would have told her from the beginning, then I don't know. I don't know. This is hard. That's a hard question. And that's hard for me to say if I would have told my friend about that because I'm looking at it a couple of different ways. So I don't know. I probably would have told her, I would have cussed him out though. Okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I would have cussed his black stuff out, told his ass off, and everything else. Okay, period. And y'all, when I say that, I'm not being racist. This is how I talk. Just to let y'all know, I be saying all types of stuff. Shayla, you said she's not grown up. She's immature, right? She sure is. I agree. Angelina is not going to tell Shayla the truth like she was doing with when Anthony left her. She is going to make Shayla believe that Iman will be coming back, right? Like always. All right. You can't trust Angelina, okay? She's a trip. Rooster Lady, as y'all call her, is a hot mess. So, like I said, Shayla, I don't know what Shayla needs to do, who she needs to talk to. All right. How about she go to that church and talk to that pastor? That's what she should do. Yeah, but still, if you know a 304 is not a good thing to be, you need to, stop being a 304. You are right. People don't need to know everything that happened in the past. Larry knows how far he can go buying things. And Shayla, even in middle school, had been taking the boys. Right. That's what I'm saying. So she knows that this is not the thing to do, because whatever happened to her in middle school, high school, college, or whatever, from her taking people boyfriends, should indicate to her this is something that you should not do. If you're out here, if you learn how to be a thief from your parents because they were stealing in and out of jail and things like that, some kids do copy their parents, and some don't ever learn. But then you do got the ones that do learn, okay? And they realize one day, oh, no, this is bad to do. I don't need to do this. So they stop, okay? Sometimes it takes going to jail. Sometimes it takes going to prison or, whatever else, But a lot of people do learn. Like I said, you do have a small percentage of people who just do not learn until they either be in the grave or be locked up permanently, But for the most part, usually when people see what can happen from doing things that they shouldn't do, most people do stop or try to stop. Okay, so Shayla knew that her taking people, men, boyfriends, or whatever, it wasn't a good thing to do. So she should have had enough sense to stop doing that. Okay, she should stop, because it's not getting her anywhere anyway. What is she accomplishing from stealing other people, men and boyfriends? The only thing she accomplished from Anthony is getting her heart broken. Okay, getting that baby, being a single parent. Okay, and really that's it. You got a 10 grand if you're looking at money a month, but how long is that going to last? Is he going to do that forever? Technically, it'll last for 18 years, right? And we don't see anything productive she's doing with that money. Okay, so what has she accomplished besides getting a baby? She could have got a baby from her husband. Okay, so honestly, in my opinion, when she put herself in that position of getting with a married man and then get pregnant, she just put herself in a position where she's going to be a single parent, and if it wasn't for him being rich and giving her 10 grand a month, she would probably be struggling. Let's keep it real. This is TV anyway. In real life, right? In the real world, when women get babies, by men and end up being single, a lot of these women be struggling. Some women don't, but for the most part, a lot of people be struggling, trying to take care of everything on their own, babysitters, trying to work, it's hard raising a child by yourself, so why even make that choice if you do not have to, do that? And Shayla put herself in the middle of that. Shayla wasn't a little young girl or just started out in the world and she was dating a dude that was single. She was single and she ended up getting pregnant and they just didn't work out. No, she purposely went after a married man and hooked up with him and then had unprotected, and got a baby. So she put herself in that position for real. She's not 20. She's not 18, 17, 16, 23, 24, 25. This woman is 30 some years old. Okay? So no excuse for her. Of course she isn't. That's why her daughter is like she is. But you know what? Zach is not like this. So you know what? So Zach proves my point. When you get a certain age and you see that your parent did something wrong, a normal thinking person will be like, I don't want to repeat that. Let me do something different and better. That's what Zach did. You say your mother was strict, but now I'm glad she raised me like that. I don't put up with nothing. I know that's right. My mother was beyond strict. Okay, I told y'all that a long time ago. Not y'all, but all my life. I love my mother and stuff. We got a good relationship, but she was very, very strict. If we be late from school, we get in trouble. A whipping. If our grades went down, we get in trouble. At the school. At the school, y'all, man, you get in trouble, man. Shit, we couldn't even go. When we go outside, it's the front yard to the backyard. eventually she started letting us ride our bikes, I think up the street and back down the street. Okay. So my mother was to be a beautiful woman like she was and still is, but definitely back then, because she was younger, this lady was mean. People did not mess with my mother because my mother did not play. They still don't. But back then they didn't. Hell, I used to be scared of her because I was like, this lady is strict as hell, man. The way these kids be talking back to their parents, I wish I would. Some of the stuff that my kids say to me, there's no way we could have said that to my mother. My mother did not play. When I tell you guys, my mother did not play, not with us, not with her husband, not with anyone. They used to be scared of her. And I damn sure used to be scared of her. Shit. This little mean ass woman, a Capricorn, man, nah. If I met her, if she was not related to me, she would be basically, I wouldn't even be messing with her, just put it like that. Okay, we were the same age. Okay, point blank. She was very mean and every damn thing, and she was strict. She didn't play that shit. She didn't play the stuff that I play with my kids. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, and what other parents play with their kids. Okay, we had to sneak and do stuff. When she went to work, we never got caught either. But I didn't do too much. Okay, my sister used to be doing stuff, but I didn't do too much, man, because I was like too scary. Shit, you couldn't sleep with no light on in your bedroom, man. Let her come in that room. You got that damn light on. Shit, please. She didn't play all that stuff, man. We used to have to ask to go in the refrigerator to get water. I think I'm joking. When I say she was strict, I mean beyond strict. She used to do some weird stuff too. So I made a vow that I would not do the things that she did and be as strict, because I don't believe you have to be super strict with kids. You do have to be somewhat strict, but not super, super strict. And she was super, super strict because she did not play. Y'all, we used to wear the corniest clothing, man, because my stepfather had a little money and stuff. So she dressed. She didn't back in the day. They still do it now, but now everybody basically dressed the same. Hip hop like that. But back in the day, black people would dress a certain way, then the white kids would dress a certain way. And since we lived in the suburbs, she used to dress us like the little white kids. Okay. And so we went to school, the black kids, they would definitely pick on me. They didn't pick on my sister because my sister used to change clothes, but I was too scary. I didn't change no clothes because I knew if she found out, she was going to beat my ass. So I wasn't stupid. But she never found out. I just was scary. And so my sister changed clothes, but I didn't. Shit. I kept on them same corny ass clothing, and them kids used to pick with me with what I had on and stuff, but I didn't say shit, to the kids or to my mom about it, because she'd be like, you wear the clothes I bought you, or you're going to get your ass whooped, point blank. And I did not want no whipping, so I was going to keep on those clothing, okay? And then she used to straighten the shit out of my hair, y'all, because my mother hair is straight, okay? And my sister. So she did not like the fact that my hair was not as straight as theirs. So she was straightening the shit out of my hair, man. And I used to hate when Soul Train comes on and stuff, because every time Soul Train would come on, she would be in that damn, have me sit in that chair in the living room or either in the kitchen, straightening the shit out of my hair. It would be so straight, y'all. She would make it come out on the side. When I turned 17, I was so happy. I started combing my own hair. She has finally stopped being, she was still strict, but she wasn't as strict as she was before. So she let us start combing our own hair. My hair grew long. I was so happy that, I was being 17. I certainly was happy when I was 18. And 19, I moved out because I couldn't take that shit no more. But yeah, she used to straighten my shit out, man. I don't know why some parents be going overboard. That's why when I meet kids now, like I was talking to this young dude that I had met when I was doing Lyft, right? And he got in my car and he was telling me, I told him, we was talking, right? And he said that he wanted to be a model. He asked me, do I think he could be one? I said, yeah, you can be a model because you're a nice looking dude and stuff. And I said, why won't you pursue being a model? He said, because his parents was really, really strict and they would not let him be a model because they think that's, GAY. And I was like, are you GAY? He said, no. I said, so why do your parents think you are going to become GAY because you be a model? You can still become GAY if that's what you end up choosing to do or something and stuff. So we had a long talk, and I told him, because he was almost 18, I told him to be respectful to his parents, okay? But when you go to college, you can do however you want to, still be respectful. Don't be talking back to them and stuff. Don't be making your dad beat the crap out of you and stuff. Just play along with it. Go along with the flow. Then when you get 18, go ahead and go to college, because he was telling me he don't know if he didn't know if he was going to college. I said, I think you probably need to go to college, because if you go to college, even if they can't afford it, if you get some type of scholarships and loans and stuff, you can pick a cheaper college to go to where you can live on a dorm or get your apartment, and then you can make your own rules. Okay, that's what I was telling him and stuff. But I told him, don't be trying to leave home at no 17, running away, all this other weird stuff he was telling me. I said, no. Stop talking about being a model, okay, around your parents. Keep that dream, but don't talk about it there. Just talk about a regular job and going to college or the military or whatever, and just go with the flow. Then when you turn 18, make sure, like I said, go ahead and go to college stuff, because that's kind of the easiest way to get out on your own, is going to college. Especially if you're real smart, you get a scholarship, and then you get grants and things like that. You don't have to get the loans unless you really need them, but the grants, the scholarship, that should basically help pay if you don't pick a very expensive college. But you still may have to get a loan if you do what you got to do, and then go ahead and get an apartment, or either be on. In some colleges, they require you to get a dorm the first year or two. So depending on the college, you have to go from there. The dorms are very expensive, but usually the financial aid and all that will help cover that, and it's all paid for. And so I was telling him there's many different ways you can do that, and talk to a counselor, and they can guide you, toward the correct pathway to help you make good, solid decisions. And that's the way you can get out of your parents' house. And then if you still want to pursue being a model, do it then, okay? Because it won't be too late, because you're still young and you look younger, so you can still do it and stuff. Yeah, and then I met this other little dude. He was contemplating on unaliving him. So these parents need to stop. And I'm sitting up here talking to him for 2 hours in the day, going, hey, Marcus, I'm sitting up here talking to him for about 2 hours in the car, trying to stop him from trying to unalive himself. That's why I said I don't believe in parents being super strict with their kids, because you can really encourage them to do things that they normally wouldn't do, just like my mom did with me. Okay. You cannot be doing all this stuff and being racist to your own kids and stuff like that, because Black people, contrary to what they say, can be racist too. Okay. And stuff. And just doing weird stuff. And yeah, I'm not going to go through my whole background with my parent or anything like that. I just tell y'all a little bitty stuff, but I'm just telling you guys, I believe in being strict, but I do not believe in being super, super strict with no kids and beating the hell out of them. I don't get into that type of stuff, because whippings may help with some things, but I just don't believe it's overall beneficial, especially when a child gets older. Okay. I just don't. I just think it's a hot ass mess. I think people need to find different ways. I think you need to talk to your kids and lead by setting a good example. How are you going to tell your kids not to do certain things and they see you doing it? You sitting up here lighting up, smoking, and you want to tell your kids not to smoke, but they see you high every day? Please. They see you drinking every day. They see you bringing different men and women in the house every day. Come on now. They see you being extra mean, racist, or whatever, but you try to tell them not to do these things. Kids do what they see you do. All right. And then, sometimes they can, like I said before, once they start realizing what's right and what's wrong, they can realize that this is not the proper way to go. And they can, do a U-turn, but some kids don't. Okay. But fortunately, I did a U-turn, because I was not going to raise my kids being super, super strict and super, super mean. And I wasn't going to be super mean to people either. Like I said, my mom did not play with no one. Okay, she's not as strict now, but she still don't play. She still doesn't play with people. You know what I'm saying? She will use that GUN in a minute on your butt. She will. She did not play, man. And my other daughter probably got some of her, not all of it, because she's not super strict either, but she got some of those genes where she doesn't play. I don't play either, but I don't go as deep as they do. Okay. I'm not going to just take out a weapon and use it. You have to basically be doing something to me before I even do something like that. You have to put you know, you have to make me feel threatened. Okay. Some people you don't have to really make them feel threatened like that. They just don't be taking no shit. You know what I'm saying? They be ready to just do whatever. I'm not like that because I'm not going to jail for y'all. You got to actually put your hands on me or act like you're going to put your hands on me because I want to make sure it's self-defense. I'm not going to jail for y'all crazy asses. All right. If anything, you're going to be going somewhere because I'm not going to be going to jail and it's going to be self-defense. So getting back to Shayla. So her mother, you know, did not raise her properly. So Shayla might not have known that when she was younger, but as Shayla began to get older, like in my case, 17 to 18, you realize that, you know, my parent is not teaching me the right way with certain things. So therefore I need to do things differently. And just say, even if she did not realize that then, certainly after you do certain things with certain people, like, you know, stealing girls' boyfriends and shit, and then you see what happens from that, that should give you some kind of sense not to repeat the same actions unless something's wrong with your ass, you know, period. She definitely has no remorse. You said she's a devil. Team Amber. Zash be on there next month. Oh, really? That's good. Zash is pretty. Hey, Money, man, thank you so much for being here. You the first time here from South Carolina, huh? Well, welcome to Shades Tube, okay? Who let grandkids get away with everything? Not my mom, shit. But you know, my husband, my soon-to-be ex, was like, when I met him, he was like, you better not say nothing to your mother. You better not say anything. When she come here and she does certain things, you can tell her in a nice way, you know, a nice way, and leave it at that. And that's the way, you know, I had started doing. I never was disrespectful to her anyway, but I'm just saying that's the way I did when she, you know, was being mean to the grandkids for no apparent reason. Because my mom don't want to hear no loud TVs up. She's been like this forever. She don't want you to play in the house, don't be running around her. It's just some weird shit she be doing. And so I was like, you know, telling my husband at the time how she does. He didn't believe me until she came there. And he was just telling me to ignore her and just let her know in a respectful way that in our household, we let them run around, okay? And if you really don't want to see this or hear this, then, you know, we may have to pay for you a hotel room. All right, so that's what I told her in a very nice manner, because she'll cuss me out. One day I messed up on the phone. Thank you. I appreciate that. One day, y'all, I messed up on the phone talking to her. Y'all know how I be talking. I said, oh, you crazy. That's what I said. She was like, who are you calling crazy? She said, I am not one of your little friends on the phone. Don't you ever call me crazy again. I was just playing. She said, she called me by my nickname because she don't call me Shay or Sharon. She said, I would come out there and slap you upside your mouth, saying I'm crazy. And I was just playing, you guys. So ever since that day, I make sure that I don't make a mistake and say stuff like that to my mother. And I was just actually playing. Right? You know how you get used to talking to your parent? Like, you know, when I'm talking to my daughter, she can basically almost say anything to me. And we just laugh and trip out together. You can't do that with my mother. And so, you know, I said, okay, let me make sure I don't do that again. But getting back to Shayla. Shayla should realize certain things. And if she doesn't realize it, then it is what it is. That's just embedded in her, point blank. She does not want to change. She don't know how to change. She does not know how to accept accountability. And that stems from her mother's teaching, along with her not being able to recognize or her not wanting to be right, point blank. Okay? Now, let me see what else. Hold on, y'all. I cannot believe I only got one video up here. And it's almost time for me to get up because y'all making me get behind schedule. I got to get out of here. But hold on. Let me see what else. Let me make sure I covered all those videos. Y'all went off. Let's see. Okay, so like I was telling you guys, Greg, the other Greg, the young Greg. Can y'all believe this crazy ass dude is trying to get Brooke involved in this lawsuit stuff? Okay, why does he think Brooke is going to testify against her stepmother? That's the stupidest shit I have ever heard of. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's crazy. I'm just going to say that because I don't think Bethany has ever been abusive, physically abusive to Brooke. Okay, that's the first thing. As far as them having issues once Shara came into the picture, that has nothing to do with what Greg is dealing with his sister. But I do understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to show her personality, her behavior. Okay, that's what he's trying to show. But I don't think he should be using Brooke to show that. Okay, now if he wants to go get Shara, he can do that. But that's still not 100% fair. But when you go to court, people don't be fair. All right. So if he wants to go get Shara, he can do that. But I don't think he should be involving Brooke in this whole situation because it's weird. Why are you trying to get this little girl to testify against her stepmother? It's going to make everything awkward. So I think that's a no-no. All right. You said if Anthony was giving Shayla $10,000 a month, do you think Angelina would say that Anthony is a starter kit? How many men do you know can rent, car note, utilities, and food and still give you $10,000 a month? If they're rich, some men can do it if they're rich. Well, let me use an example. My soon-to-be ex, he's not rich. I wish he was, because I would be rich. When this job is good, when this job is really exceptionally good, because y'all know he's a over-the-road truck driver, right, or a professional driver. That's what he be calling himself. He has his own little trucking thing going on, owner operator. So when he was doing real good financially, he would give me the money that he gave me. Okay, so he would give me my money. Okay, then he would give me additional money for groceries. Then he turned around and gave each one of the kids in the house $100 a piece for allowance. And then I would call him up throughout the week and ask him for money, not no $50. I would call him up sometime asking for $500, $600, $700, $800. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason I needed it. And he would do it instantly. Okay. Then he was, at the time, the money that he was giving me, I was supposed to use it for the rent. Okay. And for groceries. But he did all of that every single week and then gave me money on top of that. When his money is, his job, his trucking thing, we still leaving, is, go ahead. When it's paying like it should. Okay. So I think it depends on the dude. Okay. If you meet a decent dude, okay, especially one that's rich and he's actually decent, he actually cares and trying to help you, I think a dude will do all of that. Okay. I think he will do that. Okay. I really truly do. Anthony is rich, so 10 grand to him a month is not like it would be for a normal person. Okay. And he's doing that because he cared about Shayla. He wanted to make sure that his son has the best living arrangement, taken care of good. I commend him for doing that. It's just too bad he was married. You know what I'm saying? He did it the wrong way. So it is some dudes out there that would do that. And too bad Shayla is an idiot that she does not appreciate that. And her mom is an idiot for saying a starter kit. How is that a starter kit when the average man can never give a woman 10 grand a month? I mean, a month plus take care of everything else. My husband was giving me $5,000 a month, right? All together. All right. Plus giving me money on top of that. The average man can't do that. You think I was going to take that money and F it up and not do the right things? So Shayla, she should be able to get her own place, pay her own rent, pay all her bills with that 10 grand, put some money in the bank, all of that. Okay. That's what she should be able to do. Plus have her own little job. But she's lazy. She's dependent on a man. Okay. She's a piece of trash. That's why I call her that. Because if you guys have kids, right, and say if your significant other, whether you were married to him or not, if he was giving you 10 grand a month, wouldn't you be straight? Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, with the 5 grand I was getting, I was straight. Hell, I sat up there when I told him I wanted to be divorced, but we're separated. He asked me how much I wanted, how much I needed. I sat down and calculated what I would need, to do good, to still live like I was living right at the time. And then I was trying to be fair. And I realized too, if I take him to court and do alimony and child support, I'm going to get less. I do that already. Because when you are self-employed, honey, you can just show certain things if you file your taxes and you're self-employed, right, you can do your taxes in a way where it makes it look like you're getting lesser income. All right. Because I do taxes too. So you can do that. And then when you take that shit down to court, they're going to use that income there. And that's what they're going to base child support on, along with your income if the wife works. Okay. So it would have been less. So I knew. I was like, you know what? Let me just say this amount, and go with that. Instead of trying to be greedy like some people do and mess around and don't get none of this and stuff. So with $5,000 a month, I was able to live pretty good along with my little job. That's why I started doing little Uber Eats, because I needed that for supplementary, and to do things that I wanted to do. Or if his checks or something go down, I would have that little money and stuff. So that's how Shayla should have did. She should be taking that money, taking care of Kai, dressing Kai like what? Her apartment, even if she had to live in an apartment, it should have been really, really nice. Okay, she could have got a townhome. It should have been really nice. She should have put money in the bank and stopped running around here looking for me and just get herself together. If Anthony moved back with his wife, since she made that mistake getting with him, she should have let that be, not being vindictive and acting stupid. She should have got herself together and she should have been respectful to herself and to him and his wife and let that shit go. She should have apologized to Amber and everything, because why wouldn't you want your baby daddy to spend much time as he can with y'all child? That way you can go out and do things that you want to do yourself and you got help. Why make stuff difficult for yourself? And that's what she was doing. That's stupid. Okay? You got to be smart. I made stuff simple for me. Why make stuff hard for yourself? And she should make things simple for her. Shayla needs a birthday party. I hate her with all my guts. I was praying my heart out that Bethany would have got beat up in Chicago and by black people and by those black people. Y'all need to stop. Y'all stop being racist. All right. And I know sometimes certain people can make black people be racist, but we cannot think like racist people. The only time we need to think like racist people is when they're trying to harm us physically. Then all bets are off. Okay. They're off. But other than that, we need not to be the same as some of these racist people. It's simple for me. If I don't like someone, I just don't deal with them. Okay. Period. Or be around them. All right. And I wish people would learn to do that versus doing racial related crimes and stuff like that because they don't like it because of your skin color. But the thing is, again, let me stress this. Larry, he chose to marry this white woman. Okay. That's his prerogative. No, I did not want the black people in the projects to beat her up unless she was hitting them. All right. Point blank. See, what we got to do as black people now, we got to stop making it look like we are straight up violent. All right. We don't need to beat up nobody unless that person is putting their hands on us or putting us in a situation where we need to defend ourselves. All right. So I'm glad they did not portray that role in these daggone skits. You see, because racist society think that all black people are violent, stupid, don't got no sense, poor as hell, ghetto, and everything else. Don't show that in the skits, okay? Because you got other people watching these and they actually believe everything they see on camera. All right, so I'm glad they did not come up and approach Bethany because she white and she in the black projects and all that shit. I'm glad they didn't even do nothing like that. At least they didn't do it as of yet. Okay, we don't need to show that to the world. We do know stuff like this happens, just like if you go to certain trailer parks in certain white places, where these people be tripping like that, they do the same thing. But the thing about it is that when black people do it, it's looked at a little differently. And we do need to remember that. The only thing we need to do is somebody put their hands on us, or if they put us in that position, then you defend yourself to the fullest. All bets are off. But we don't need to just be approaching people because, they're white or because they said a couple of words to you. You just tell their ass off and keep on going. So I'm just glad they didn't show that. All right. Bethany, Larry, he just needs to get on her ass because that's her husband. Okay. He too simp for me. He too weak. When he told her she couldn't go, even though I didn't agree with that, he should have said, Listen, stay your butt here. And I mean that on everything. You do not need to go. I don't want you to go. Stay in the damn hotel. Point blank. Okay, let me say it like I do. He should have said this. Listen, stay your ass at this hotel. And I mean that on everything, Bethany. Stay here at this room until I come back. When I come back, we will go out if possible. Okay, we'll do that. Do what I asked you to do for once. And that's all he needed to say, but in a deeper voice. That's all he needed to say. Period. All this other shit, no. Because remember that he's the head of the household, the leader. She knows this, whether he's black, white, or whatever. He's the head of the household. And again, he chose this white woman. I don't care if she's white personally, you know. I don't give a damn. That's his life. It's not mine. So I don't want her to get beat up unless she would have put her hands on somebody, you know. And she fortunately knew not to be acting an idiot, because she surely didn't say nothing to Duchess. That would have been a prime opportunity right there. Okay. And just say if she would have got smart with Duchess or start acting crazy and Duchess would have went off on her, that would have been her. Okay. Because sometimes you let your mouth get you in situations. But as far as just attacking her because she's white, I don't, you know, advocate that. Just like I don't advocate when white people do it to blacks. You said wait till Angelina finds out about Iman. She's going to go berserk and probably try to mess up his career. Yeah, she's going to get her ass messed up. Because see, Iman is not the same as Anthony. All right. He's not like the same. But she better be cautious of Anthony because he be hiring people. All right. You're the first person I ever seen defend Big Bertha. I respect that. I'm not defending her because I'm not Team Bertha or Team Shara. I'm just telling y'all what's right. All right. You don't go and do stuff to people unless they put their hands on you, or if they put their hands on your kids, you know, all bets are off. But you just don't do stuff to people. I don't give a damn if it was Shara going somewhere. I would say the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not Team Shara. I'm not Team Bertha. I'm Team what's right. Okay. Now, when it comes to Amber and Shayla, I'm Team Amber. Okay. Because like when I first met Bethany, I thought she talked too damn. Well, not when I met her, but when I first saw her, I thought she talked too damn, and she be saying two things that she should not be saying. All right. And I still think that, you know, and I was like, what made Larry want to get with Bethany? And not because she's white. I just didn't think they made a good couple, you know. Plus he looked geeky too, shit. All right, so I was just trying to figure out what attracted them both to each other, because it just don't seem like they would be together, you know. But they are the ones who chose each other. They are the ones that's married. So it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, Shay's tube is gonna speak the way she thinks, whether you know you guys agree with it or not. This is how I am. I don't let people. I don't go in with the crowd. Just put it like that, okay? If I think certain things, that's what I think, you know. And that's why I tell people, whether you are Team Shayla, Team Amber, Team Bertha, Team Shara, you can still come over here because you can basically say whatever you want to say. You can support whoever you want to support. Just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be into all that stuff, you know, that other people be into, you know, on YouTube. You know, just like, you know, some YouTubers get mad when people don't donate. Tell them either you donate or you can't talk in the chat. I don't do none of that shit. Okay, I don't do any of that stuff. You donate if you want to, you know, but do something. You know, if you don't donate, make sure you support my channel. You thumbs up. You do things like that. I don't do all this stuff that some of these YouTubers do. Just like I don't get mad if my people go to other people's channels and watch them. Okay, but you know, some YouTubers do, you know, but I don't. So over here on Shay's tube, if you Team Shayla, you can come. If you are Team Shara, you can come. If you are Team Bethany, you can come. If you are Team Amber, you can come. I do not care. Okay, this is a little show for me. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, anybody can come up here. But if you come up here with some racist shit, you're gonna get told off on everything. You know what I'm saying? If you come up here with some racist stuff, you are going to get told off. I'm gonna forget that I'm on this live. All right, that's it. Other than that, you can pretty much say what you want to. Now, when people say little stuff like this BALACK, I don't get mad because, you know, that's how black people talk. You know what I'm saying? Or if they, you know, say little things like that, that doesn't bother me because that's how we talk at times. Now, if you come up here and you say that NIGGER, that's a whole different situation. Or the HONKEY, that's a whole different situation. And remember, I'm from Cleveland. So in Cleveland, that's the derogative word term that they use there. When I first moved to Georgia, they were saying CRACKER. I was like, what are you talking about? So if you say that over here, you're going to get blocked. Or if you say NIGGER, or if you say MONKEY, you know, in a negative way, calling a black person that, you're going to get blocked. And I'm going to tell you all first, but I don't play all that type of stuff or unnecessary trolling. Okay, you can do jokes, you can act silly, you can do all of that. I just don't play certain things because this is a serious channel over here. You know, besides me doing Kountry Wayne reactions, I do actual news stuff and talk about all, you know, missing kids. Like tonight on my Night Out Live, we're gonna be talking about missing kids and things like that. And I don't got time to be playing no damn games. You know what I'm saying? And then on my Dollar Tree side, I don't tolerate none of that. You know, so it is what it is. I try to run a pretty good, fun channel. The Kountry Wayne Skits, I love doing this because I was watching Kountry Wayne Skits for the longest, and I was doing pre-recorded. And then Jermaine was like, "You should do lives," and I was like, "Nobody ain't gonna come and listen to that." But you know, when I did them, people start coming, so I keep on doing them. It's fun doing these Kountry Wayne lives. You know, like usually I show the video clips. I couldn't today because my TikTok was logged out. But usually I show the clips and everything and stuff. And I was getting ready to end the live, but I actually started talking, and y'all started talking back, so that's why I stayed on here. But I don't care if y'all team Shara, team Shayla, you can still come over here. I don't stop people from saying what they want to say. Me and Jermaine, we are always arguing over here about team Amber and team Shayla and whatever else he doesn't agree with that I say. So it's cool. All right. All right. So I think I covered all of the skits that I was trying to show y'all. And when I come back, I hope I have everything solved, you know, with the logging in and stuff on my TikTok. You know, I'll probably have to make another TikTok so I can be able to log in up here because I'm not going to use my regular TikTok. Now, the only thing we didn't talk about is Noel bailing Carter out. I didn't even really watch that skit yet, so we'll talk about that later on tonight. Maybe I can show it. But Noel is a hot ass mess. That's all I'm going to say. Along with Carter, along with David is sweet, but he's so damn slow. Okay, he's slow. All right, but he's sweet, but he's a slow ass dude too. It's a lot of slow dudes in these skits and some dodo bird women. But that's what makes the show good, honey. Okay. And Kountry Wayne, he's doing a good job with his little stuff going on, you know, and I'm glad he don't be tripping out about certain things like some people do with these reactions. But Shay's Tube got other content, and that's where my channel originated from Dollar Tree hauls. And then I started doing the lives where I talk about missing kids and things like that. Let me tell you something, Jermaine. Don't come over here talking about no damn team Shayla. She will bounce back. Prayers for Shayla. Before I leave, boy, to cuss you out, okay? Did I tell you, Jermaine, to be saying this? Huh? Come on, Team Amber. Y'all got to get on Jermaine. You'll be tripping out about Shayla again. Talking about she'll bounce back. Y'all, Jermaine loves Shayla, okay? He loves Shayla. He loves that skanky girl. See, when he get a wife, she's going to be just like Shayla. Just like Shayla. That's what she's going to be, since he loved her so much. He said Amber is boring, okay? And she's a hostage. That's what he said about Amber. And he's a mod, y'all. So that's what I've been telling y'all. You can say stuff over here as long as you don't be racist, okay? Other than that, you good. All right, or plainly disrespectful, because I don't control my chat. My mods do. Okay, tell him, dear. Slap him in his face. I wish I could do a slap right through this computer. Let me see. I know I can't do it. Let me just write it out for you. There you go. Oh, I made a mistake and spelled. Let me see. My ass cannot type. Hold on. Let me put this back up here. And then I got to get out of here. Slap. Okay, let me see how many thumbs up I got, because y'all been up in here. Let me see. Y'all need to get those thumbs up. Get those thumbs up. Get them on up. Get them on up. Get them on. Get them on up. All right. Get those thumbs up, y'all. It was like 40-some people in here and only 16 thumbs up. Y'all need to get them up. If you didn't thumbs up, make sure you do it. And y'all, make sure y'all check out my other material. And tonight, when I do that late night owl live, We're going to be talking about missing people, and we're definitely going to talk about David. You know, D4VD. I'm calling him D4VD, but his name is actually David. We're going to talk about him tonight, his case, and a missing person case. Okay, that's what we talk about on Monday. Missing, what do I call it? Missing people Monday or something like that. I forgot what I call it, but it's something. That's what we talk about. On Tuesdays, y'all, we talk about true crimes. On Wednesday is Wacky Wednesday. We talk about just whatever. On Thursday, we talk about crazy crimes. You know, like I got one. The dang old man unalive his roommate and was eating his brains and eyes. Okay, some crazy people out here, you guys. And on Friday is Fuckery Fridays. We talk about a lot of fuckery news. Okay, that's what we do on those night owl lives. And it's gonna be coming on a little bit earlier tonight because I'll be up too damn late. And then I do pre-recorded Kountry Wayne reactions too, and I'll do two today. Okay, and I'll do one on the skit that I did on. Let's see. On the skit where Shayla is talking to Anthony and where she's talking to Delicia. So you hear that, Jermaine? So send me those two, and I'll do a pre-recorded reaction on that. Y'all make sure y'all check that out since I can show it and stuff. And then I'll be back later on. I'm going to try to get back in here at 8 o'clock, okay? Because I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to go throw on my clothes real quick, and I'm getting ready to go. And I'm going to do another live at 8 to 9. And then my other live will come on from 9 to 10:30. That's the way we're going to do it. That's the way I'm planning this from now on. And then on Sundays and Wednesdays, I do the Dollar Tree hauls, okay? A regular 10-minute Dollar Tree haul on Sundays and Wednesdays. And I just don't do Dollar Tree. I do whatever stores I feel like doing, okay? I tried doing very expensive stores, not very expensive, but expensive stores, and people didn't like that. So I started back incorporating, Dollar Tree and little stores like that. All right. And then on my YouTube shorts on Monday through Friday, I do mini hauls. And I got one that I'm going to get ready to put up soon. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll be up there trying to do those dances, the challenges and stuff like that. I'll be acting a fool. Y'all, I'll be dancing. And then let's see what else. I'll be doing a lot of content. And sometimes I do walkthroughs. Like I'm going to do a Hobby Lobby walkthrough this week for the Christmas stuff. So y'all be looking forward to that. That'll probably be on my YouTube short side. All right. And then I think that's all my material that I do. Right, Jermaine? That's it. I do a lot of shit. You say just like Amber, I'm violent. Yeah, me and Amber will run your ass over, honey. All right. The same thing Amber did with that car. I did that one time. I was like, cross that damn street. Cross it. And see what I ran your ass over. And that's the same thing she did. That is true right there. She'll get over that burnt lip bird watching. What? She will get over that burnt lip. Oh, you're talking about Iman. Okay. Bird watching. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with watching those birds. I watch the birds too, but I don't get high. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And she listen. Nobody told her to talk to Iman. She the one went on and started talking to this dude. He was smoking weed from the first day he met her, and she still let him come into her world. All right. Especially when he gave her that little $50,000. She really, really let him come into her world then. Your woman is nothing but a money-hungry tramp. That's what she is. And that's on everything. A money-hungry tramp that loves to go after intoxicated married men and also loves to sleep with other men while she is pregnant with another man's baby. All right, she's a skanky. That's what she is. Now, yeah, they probably get ready to go just like I'm getting ready to go, dude, okay? No, you know what's up. Okay? Come up here talking all that smack when we get ready to get up here. But anyway, Jermaine, you know what? It is almost 12:30. I got to get in here and get ready so I can get out here at 1 o'clock and go and do what I need to do. All right? And while you running your damn mouth, how about you do a donation? Okay? Since you all about that for your Team Shayla. Show us what Team Shayla is really about. How about you do a donation, Team Shayla? Anyway, guys, if y'all enjoyed this live, even though I wasn't able to show any damn skit, not even one of them, please still thumbs up this video. Okay, because I had a good conversation with you guys. We had fun in here today. Also, hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share and leave a comment, you know. And if you see hype, that hype button, it's not really a button. It's just a hype little thing there. Just push that and hype up my video, okay? And thank you guys so much. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, make sure you do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $ Shay's2, or you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right? All right. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. You said Team Amber. We definitely have fun, Nancy. Y'all make sure y'all check out Nancy B. the Scratcher. She has a really great place over there. Show her some love and support as well, okay? And thanks to everybody who just came and subscribed to my channel. I definitely appreciate you guys. And welcome to Shay's2. So, dear, thank you so much. Thank you. Nancy, thank you so much. Jermaine Stank Ass, thank you so much. I'm gonna pimp smack you, dude. All right, like this, like that. You heard that, right? That's how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a backhand though. I think that's the pimp smack. When you backhand, oh yeah. But we do pimp smack for men too. You know, just. But I'm gonna put on some brass knuckles, okay? Because I really want you to feel it. Okay, I want you to feel it in your bones, okay? Your face bones. I want you to feel it. Money Man, thank you so much for being here. Charmin, thank you so much for being here. Marcus, thank you so much for being here. If I repeat your name, y'all, I do that all the time because I be rushing. Bronze, thank you so much for being here. Christopher, thank you so much for being here. Y'all comments be tripping me out. Eileen, thank you so much for being here. Sabrina, thank you for being here too. I think I said Bronze already, right? But if I did, thank you for being here, Bronze. Alexis, thank you for being here. Alexis Krana. Y'all wish Krana a happy birthday. Her birthday is on Wednesday. Happy birthday, girl. And have a good birthday. Okay? Let's see. Tina, did I say hey to you? So if I did say hey, Tina, and thank you for being here today. I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Everybody in the bushes, I appreciate you guys for being here. Everybody who watches this in the replay, I appreciate you guys for watching as well. Make sure y'all thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notifications. You guys have a blessed afternoon. Sorry for the video stuff, but I'll have it, fixed when I come back, all right? Let me take Tina's name down. And we are getting ready to get out of here. Hold on, let me get her name down, you guys. Tina, okay. Now let me go back down to the end. No, you're going to be on notice, okay? You are going to be on notice when I block your ass, all right? Anyway, when I come back tonight, I'll be good, all right? I'm not going to use any profanity. I'm just going to be very professional, and I'm going to be good, all right? Good. No derogative terms or anything, all right? It's going to be Team Amber, Team Shayla, respectfully. All right. So I'll see you guys later on tonight. Y'all have a blessed day. And this is Shay's2. And I am out, you guys. Peace, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.
Yeah. Right. She know the Shay Sue. Rev. Yo, Wayne write the skits, he produced the scene, but Shay bring the talk that's slick and mean. He got characters, drama, chaos on deck, but Shay the one breaking down every little speck. She spot the shade, the smirks, the fakes, catch the punchlines and the subtle mistakes. She the voice of the couch, the fam on the phone, like, did you see what just happened when he left her alone?
Shay stay talking, she break it all down, from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Ooh, it's the Shay stuck wave. She real, she raw, she bold, she brave. Kountry Wayne built it, but Shay made it pop. Now hit that play and don't you stop.
She ain't here just watching, she go hosting from the sideline, talking over clips like it's game time. Characters wild, but Shay got control. She pause, rewind, then snatch they soul. No script in her voice, just truth and wit. Like why is girl acting like she ain't seen that chick? She roast, she laugh, she bring the fire. Shay turn a 5-minute skit to an all-day
She
ride.
stay talking, she break it all down from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Oh, and Shay's the vibe, she the voice of the folks that don't let nothing slide. Kountry Wayne lit it, and Shay got the flame. Now run that back, you know the name.
Shout out to Kountry Wayne for cooking up the chaos. But if you want the real breakdown, side out to laugh the truth. Pull up here. This is the Shay's Tube reaction show. No cap, no filter. Just Shay.
Shay stay talking, she break it all down from the messy to the funny. She wear that crown, skits by Wayne, but the show start here. When Shay react, you gon' laugh or tear. Ooh, it's the Shay still vibe, she the voice of the folks that don't let nothing slide. Kountry Wayne lit it, Shay got the flame. Now run that back, you know the name.
Again, you guys have a blessed day. We're going to ignore that stupid ass comment that just was placed up there from this idiot man. Okay, you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you later on tonight at 8 o'clock for another It's Reaction Talk Time with Shay Shay. Enjoy your day. Peace out, and thank you guys for coming.